If you've ever found yourself in a heated debate over clamshell versus top open luggage, congrats, you're officially too deep into the carry-on lifestyle, and welcome to the club. You know, I'm a big fan of top open suitcases, but I know a lot of you out there prefer clamshell style, and I have a new bag that finally solves that problem. This is the new Flipside Luggage, and it opens from both the top and the middle. Here's what's special about it. It's got a movable partition inside, basically a built-in adjustable divider that allows you to separate how you pack, especially if you want to keep your clean clothes separated from your dirty ones without reducing overall packing space. Now, I think this is pretty innovative, but Flipside is marketing this bag heavy on the keeping your dirty clothes separate from your clean clothes feature. But personally, I think it's a lot more functional than that. Let me show you how this divider feature works. The dual opening design allows you to fill the bottom and the top of the bag independently. Inside, there's a zippered divider that acts like a movable partition. You can adjust it to any ratio you want, 60-40, 90-10, full open, whatever suits your particular brand of packing chaos. But besides separating your clean and dirty laundry, I think this feature really shines when your trip has multiple personalities. If you need different types of outfits for different parts of your trip, this keeps them separated so that you don't need to unpack or dig through your whole suitcase if you don't need certain outfits until later on in your trip. For example, if you have a half business, half vacation trip, this makes it easy to keep your work outfits separated from your casual clothes that you won't need until later. You can separate your outfits by segments of your trip. If you're doing 3 nights in Paris, where it's a little cooler weather, followed by 4 nights in Nice, where it's a little warmer, you can keep outfits for each climate in separate sides so that you don't end up digging through sandals to find a sweater. Or maybe something like a beach and city combo trip. You can separate beach gear like swimsuits, sun hats, and sandals from your city outfits, like nicer shoes, dresses, and dinnerwear. This would work if you're headed to maybe Lisbon and the Algarve. You can keep all of your coastal gear on one side so that you're not dragging sand into your city outfits. Or if you don't need to separate your clothing, if you fully unzip the divider, you can now choose to use the bag from either the top or the middle, depending on how much space you have. Maybe you'll be staying in multiple different hotels on a particular trip. Some rooms might be smaller than others, or you may only have space to open the suitcase from the top, and in other rooms, you might have more space to spread out and open it clamshell style. Or maybe you just want the option to be able to pack to best utilize the space based on what you need. Some trips, it might be better to have clamshell style. Other trips, maybe you prefer the top open. Also, mine is the carry-on version, but if you like to pack like you're relocating, it also comes in checked luggage size. There's a 26-inch and a 29-inch. Also, quick side note, Flipside isn't paying me for this video. They reached out and sent me this bag with zero obligation to make any content. Turns out it's actually a pretty interesting bag, and I think it solves a few real packing problems. If you do want to get one for yourself, they sent me a code for $50 off. It's just Ali Smalls, like it's spelled out on the screen. Size-wise, this is your standard 22 by 14 by 9 inches, so it's going to fit on most North American airlines and a select number of European and Asian airlines. I've added this bag to my master carry-on database, and as of right now, it fits on 55 airlines. And of course, we had to go to the airport to test out how this fits and looks in different airline sizes. Now, I don't have access to every single sizer out there, but a lot of them are the same dimensions. So starting with the smallest, we have KLM. This sizer is a bit deceiving because the metal bar is actually shorter than the allowed dimensions. This is also the same size as Air France, so it will fit on that airline too. And then we have Air Canada and Flair and Porter. These are all the same dimensions, which are also the same as Air Transat, Austrian, Lufthansa, Turkish Airlines, Brussels, and a few others. Then we have United and WestJet, which are the same size, and they're also the same as American Airlines, JetBlue, EVA, Cathay Pacific, China Airlines, and a few others. And then there's the sizer bins that are much larger, like British Airways, EasyJet, and others. So this bag will of course fit on anything larger than what I was able to show in this video. If you're curious, you can check this spreadsheet. Like I said, it fits on 55 airlines, so you can go in and check your most flown airlines to see if this bag will work for you. Now, it does weigh 8 pounds or 3.6 kilograms, which not a problem if your airline doesn't weigh your luggage. Most in North America do not, but in Europe, Australia, and Asia, many of the airlines do. But here's something to consider. If you're flying to and from Europe on a North American airline like United or Air Canada, those are just examples, they're probably not going to weigh your luggage. So if you're not flying within Europe and you're only maybe traveling by train, you probably don't need to worry about weight, but as always, double check with your airline specifically. If you do need a lighter bag or you need to stay within 7 or 10 kilograms, I do have a couple of videos showing you how to do that and which bags I used. The rest of the bag has some great features that are well designed for real travelers. It's got a quick access front pocket at the top. I love that it opens from the top as well. This is perfect for your phone, wallet, passport, boarding pass, keys, and other small items that you'll need multiple times throughout your travel day. The size of this pocket and the way it opens makes it ultra convenient for not having to fish around or dig something out of the bottom of a deep pocket. And lately, with power banks being kind of a safety issue, TSA is now asking you to remove your power banks from your luggage and put it in the bin before going through the scanner. So I'm always looking for luggage that makes going through airport security as smoothly as possible, and this bag definitely helps with that. The handles are another feature that I love. They're essentially flat, so they don't stick out or protrude, making your bag unnecessarily larger than it is if you do have to stuff it into a sizer. And while they're flat, they're still very comfortable to hold. And you've got one on the top and one on the side. I just found out that this has one of those bottom pockets, so you can hold it and pick it up like this. I didn't even know this was here until we were filming at the airport. This makes me really happy because that is such a super simple, easy little thing to add to a soft-sided bag. And when bags don't have that, it just makes me wonder, like, what were you guys doing, R&D team? Like, hello, love this bag. And then when we open it up, there's a built-in mesh pocket between the trolley handles. I have never seen this before, and I think this is so smart. I always pack things in between the trolley handles anyways, and now they've just made it into a built-in zippered pocket, so everything stays in place. There's also a built-in pocket for your AirTag, just in case. Another important part is the wheels, which are double spinner and feel very high quality. In my testing with a fully packed bag, it rolled smoothly and straight. I had no issue with it veering off on both tile and carpet. We also put it to the tip test, and this is what it took for it to eventually tip over. So as long as your husband isn't an 8-year-old with ADD, you should be fine. The zippers also feel beefy and durable, not the kind that feel like they're gonna betray you mid-trip. Now that we've explored every inch of this bag, let's pack it up and see how much it fits. I'm gonna use a couple of packing cubes for this. I'm gonna use this style of tripped packing cube, and in here I'm going to put 3 bottoms. I've got jeans, a pair of black pants, and a pair of beige pants. Then I've got a warm cardigan, a light sweater, and a black long sleeve shirt. And then I have a gray t-shirt, a black t-shirt, and a blue tank top. And I'm also bringing a black maxi dress that can be dressed up or down. So as you can see, this is more for maybe early spring, fall, or winter. If you're going somewhere with warmer weather, that's gonna be a bonus because you can probably fit a few more outfits. But what's important here is not the exact pieces I'm packing, but the quantity and type. I've got 3 bottoms, 3 long sleeves, and 3 short sleeves. So if you prefer skirts or shorts or joggers or athletic pants, pack any of those as your bottom and then any 6 tops. That's the system. This amount of clothing is going to be enough for 5 to 7 days without doing laundry. And if you're going for longer than that, this setup still works. You'll just have to do laundry once a week or whenever you can. Then I've got this slim but deep packing cube that's also part of the tripped set. And in here, I will pack my pajamas, which is going to be one of Chris's shirts, which is oversized, and a pair of shorts. That's going to be my 1 pair of pajamas. I'm also packing 1 swimsuit, 6 pairs of socks, and a bra. I also have 6 pairs of underwear, so I'll roll those up and place them in the little nooks and crannies. And for testing purposes, I'm also going to pack a pair of Chris's men's size 13 shoes. I'll also be packing my hair straightener and my travel brush, my travel slippers, and my toiletry bags. I've got my liquids and non-liquid toiletries. Then of course you've got options for your personal item bag to pack whatever else you need to bring with you. I like this Flipside luggage paired with the Away Everywhere bag. There's plenty of room for all of your electronics. This is Chris's camera bag. He's got his Steam Deck in here, but you could also replace this with a laptop, sunglasses case, cords and chargers in all the internal pockets, and a jacket on the bottom. Now, I want to know, what do you guys think of this bag? Give me your honest thoughts and opinions and questions, anything I didn't cover, drop it all below. And if you like this bag and you think it might work for your needs, remember to use code AllieSmalls to get your $50 off. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.